gets into people's minds and gets into history, and he's involved in everything, and he distorts things. So this like, you know, and yet we have the advantage, because once we have a little bit of this knowledge, something can happen to us. The siyata d'shmaya, the heavenly divine assistance, can be just so good, and then the interaction with others, we begin to relate to each other on this level. And there's so much work to do, for sure. It's not like we've gotten there already, just by knowing this. It's only the beginning of what we need to do, but it is an important beginning. It's a basis for all the work that the Jewish people should be doing and can be doing. So, as I said, please, anybody who want to interact or react on these things or anything else similar.
Well, God said in the Torah, God says that the Jews should become like prophets. And we haven't yet done that. And that's what's missing. We have to come to this kind of awareness, this kind of relationship with Hashem, with God.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people have a hard time believing this because God's so invisible. And they don't realize that God's hidden inside every single one of us. And it's very sad. I'm teaching it, and I know certainly are. There are a lot of people who are teaching this, but not enough. We need to all become teachers.
Yeah, I think teaching is important, that we become all teachers, that we with humility, because if it's not done with humility, like it's not going to be what we need, is that we can, but it involves what's the power of speech, the power of right words, the power of truth, and allowing truth to speak through us, and to hear each other, and to resonate with this truth. And to know that it's not just any one of us or any special rabbi or any special... It's every single one of us involved. And that's what's so special about the concept of Mashiach. It's not focused. It's not a centralized thing that it's only one person who then tells everybody what to do. Yes, very good. And I bring a quote, one of my favorite quotes from Derech Hashem, from the Ramchal, about the return of prophecy, where he just, it's very special what he does. He says basically that in the past only individuals, select individuals, were given prophecy, even though there were many prophets, but it was never a collective phenomenon except once in a while as a, all right? But the truth is that we're moving now towards this quantum leap in consciousness where there will be a collective understanding at a higher level than has ever existed. And he calls it the fourth state. And let me read you about the fourth state of mankind. He says, the fourth state is the very best, and this is the state that the prophets predicted for the ultimate future. This will be the time when folly will cease to exist completely. I guess another name for the Satan is folly. Ruach HaKodesh, divine inspiration, will be poured out on Kol Min HaEnoshi, on the entire human kind. Kol Min HaEnoshi, no longer limited to the Jewish people. Below Koshi Klal, and will be attained without any difficulty whatsoever. At this time, humanity will be considered to have attained full maturity. And from then on, mankind will experience constant elevation and will delight in God forever and for all eternity. And we'll go at the end of the book is visions of the future of what will happen, which I have written about and spoken about, but it's so good to know what's up ahead so that we can use the up ahead to come into the now with a clearer picture of why we are here. So I love this stuff, and I want you to love it too. Take 2 books each. Buy them for your uncle. Buy them for your aunt. What?
I know it's kind of a strange question, but it seems to me that among the most powerful supporters of Israel today are the evangelicals. Are they? Is that what you were referring to in terms of goyim who are embracing the vision of the Nevi'im? I mean, I'm just curious, what your sense is regarding that.
Well, it's a whole subject. I like, what's his name, the guy who's the Mormon.
Farrakhan?
No, the Mormon.
Oh.
Huh? No.
No, they're evangelical.
No.
John
Okay.
Smith, the guy that wrote it?
No, the guy who came to Yerushalayim recently and who's really just positive Judaism.
Glenn Beck?
Glenn Beck. I like Glenn. To a certain extent, I like Glenn very much, but he should, and he really, maybe if he was just a Ben Noach, just a Ben Noach, really a non-Jew who loves the Torah and got rid of the Christianity, I'd like him better, but perhaps he couldn't have done what he's done till now if he had already become a Ben Noach. Because B'nai Noach, which I know many of them, and I love them, but they live in an island where nobody likes them. They can't go into a shul and feel comfortable, and they will never go into a church. They have a very difficult existence, and they've been outcast from their families. So Glenn Beck, as a non-Jew who believes in his belief system and wants to bond with Israel, there's a certain agenda there. Again, I prefer that they'd have no agenda and come to direct contact with us. And we become the teachers of mankind. And I know these people, and I know who they are, and it's incredible. But Glenn is over here, and others, evangelicals, are further away. There's an agenda there. Yes, they speak nicely. They want us to do what we need to do. They have the belief that very similar, but we have to be careful. Because we have a purer belief, and we have to be worthy of that purity of what the Torah is. And then, someday will come. We can't tell anybody what to do. We can't tell anybody what to do right now. We are not on the level to tell anybody what to do. But I want us to become filled with the Ruach Hashem, which will be a pure and humility, a humble greatness that will give us the ability to start helping mankind to be who they are. And that's what they want from us. They want that from us. Anybody else? David.
So I was reading something about Adam and Eve, and the thing that just hit me so hard, like I never saw it before, when I finally saw it, it hit me very hard. What was so bad if Adam ate of the tree of life? God says, don't eat the tree of knowledge, right? Yeah. And then he says also not to, does it say anything about not seeing the tree of life?
No, it does not say don't eat the tree of life.
Nothing, just so. So the question is, what's so bad about eating from the tree of life?
No, it's great.
So why did he kick him out?
He was going to be allowed to do it on Shabbat. It's not even just only literally a tree. But whatever it is, he was going to have direct access to the tree of life on Shabbat, and then he would have been able to eat of the tree of knowledge, and it would not have harmed him. He would have been to rectify. But he did something prematurely, which is all gone into here in great depth. He did something prematurely. He jumped the gun. L'chaim, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam.
Is the premature act always that act of relations? Is that what they said that he did?
It's one level. I go into it, really.
It's in this book too?
Yeah.
Wow, what a bonus.
It's a bonus. The Adam and Eve chapters. Whoa. Like they're all over the place.
At the end.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't leave anything out here. Yeah.
Two questions. When you spoke about the Ramchal and return to prophecy, was the period of Mashiach different position, but it's often compared 1,000 years? Is the return when that's that level where the whole world has Kodesh, is that towards the end of the Messianic period?
No. Chaim David's question is the return of prophecy at the end of the Messianic era. No. Part and parcel of the Messianic era is a uplifting of mankind. And it'll be in stages. You can't get everything all at once. Those who prepare themselves more will get a clearer one. Everything will be given to the, generally, and then to those who have worked more and who have prepared themselves to work on a higher level. So there, we're going to be sharing another level. But everything is going to start going up. Everything's going to start moving up. So that's in the appendix number 2 is really a full treatment of the unfolding of the system from now into the Messianic age, and then the Messianic age and beyond, into what's called the 7th millennium, and the 8th millennium, the 9th millennium. What's up ahead? What's this system that we're part of? What is the godly plan? Why is it called Sof Maseh b'machshavat tchila? That only in the very end will he reveal what he wanted to do in the very beginning. Because we wouldn't be able to handle it, what he wanted to give us. So he made this whole story, this whole like long protracted drama, so that he could give us eternity. And that we could handle it. And that we could be there, quote unquote, with Hashem, with the infinite Ein Sof in eternity. Because Ein Sof, by definition, without having done what he did to make the world like he did, by definition, there's no individual existence within Ein Sof. You just get complete. It's great, but you don't exist. I mean, it's called you exist in a state of non-existence, which is a little paradoxical, but it's a great phrase. But what he wants is that we should exist in the Ein Sof in a state of full existence, which is impossible. But yes, that's what he wants to give us. The great gift that the Ein Sof wants to give us is full individual consciousness forever, and yet to be completely one with each other and one with him. Absolutely impossible. But he's going to do it, despite us. Like, we're not helping very much yet. But we have to start to want it. Yes?
So, I mean, I feel that Moshiach's coming, and I feel that all these things are leading up to what for what is planned on in this Olam Hazeh. But there's so many Jews that are very far away from spirituality, believing in God, even the Torah, anything. I don't know how things are going to be rectified and so forth. How are people going to come back? Specifically the Jews. I have 2 non-religious sisters that are very far away that think I'm a little nuts.
They are Mashiach souls in drag. Meaning to say that they're unconscious of how awesome they are, and it's up to us to awaken that in ourselves so that it becomes a Geiger counter thing, that whenever we come in contact with people, they say, "Can I talk to you? You look so special." And we say, "Wow, I'm not special. What do you want to talk about?" We open our hearts to them, and they feel it. And that's where change is going to come from. Not by telling anybody what to do. We could even refine this, right? We could refine it better. But we want to develop in ourselves that inner core. And then the question is, how? How do I do it? Where do I go? Inside. Well, how do I go inside? I'm afraid. I don't know what to do there. Important stuff. We just have to do it. We just have to do it together. And explore the inner world. And the inner world opens up into an infinite world. The way towards infiniteness is through the inner being. Yes, 2 more minutes.
Can you go over goodness versus what was that other thing?
Truth.
Okay.
Truth and goodness. Truth is intellectual. Goodness is the moral, right? And we need to have a world that those two are balanced. And Yerushalayim represents the perfection of that balance.
I have a question.
Yeah.